The sun hung low over Lake Serenity, its golden rays rippling across the water as Ethan Carter pulled his battered pickup into the gravel driveway of his lakeside cabin in Willow Bend, a quiet corner of eastern Kentucky. It was a crisp September evening in 2024, and Ethan, a 40-year-old carpenter, felt the weight of 3 grueling days spent repairing a family's flooded basement after a savage storm. Mud caked his boots, exhaustion tugged at his bones, and all he craved was a cold beer and silence. But as he stepped out, something snagged his eye at the boathouse, the weathered haven where his grandfather's fishing boat had rested for 50 years. A tacky sign gleamed above the door, Brenda's command post. A massive padlock glinted under new string lights, and through the window, steam swirled hot tub steam in his grandfather's sacred space. The faint hum of a mini fridge and the scent of lavender oil wafted through the air, twisting Ethan's gut. He stormed down the dock, boots pounding, spotting a security camera's red blink and an orange extension cord snaking from his cabin's outlet. Pounding the door, he bellowed, "Brenda, get out!" The door swung open, and there stood Brenda Walsh, the 52-year-old HOA president of Willow Bend Shores, in a plush robe, sipping rose. Behind her, the boathouse where his grandfather's boat once sat was a mockery, a bubbling hot tub, a wine fridge, and a gaudy oil painting of Brenda crowned like a lakeside queen. "Marcus, darling," she purred, her smile venomous, "I've been expecting you." She waved a clipboard, listing fines, $250 daily for improper dock lighting, non-compliant boathouse use, and unauthorized gatherings. Ethan's fists clenched. "This is my property, Brenda. You're trespassing." Her laugh cut deep. "As HOA president, I'm conducting a safety inspection. Pay up, or lose it all." Brenda, a former real estate agent whose career imploded in a 2013 condo scandal, ruled Willow Bend Shores like a fiefdom, her smug exterior hiding a vindictive streak. Her grudge against Ethan stemmed from 6 months ago, when he'd mocked her $700 fence height rule at an HOA meeting, joking her measuring tape was more prized than her pearls. The viral video, shared across town and picked up by local news, had humiliated her, and now she'd seized his boathouse in revenge. "Get out," Ethan growled, wrenching his hammer tighter. Brenda sipped her wine, smirking. "Subsection 14C gives me authority over lake structures. I've notified the sheriff. Cameras are rolling, Marcus. Don't make this worse." Ethan paced the dock, Lake Serenity's calm mocking his fury. Her $250 daily fines could bankrupt him in weeks, stripping him of the cabin his grandfather built with calloused hands. "This is personal," he muttered, spotting neighbor Ellen Hayes glaring from her yard, whispering to her husband. Brenda's lies were spreading, painting Ethan as a troublemaker. Down by the public launch, he caught Brenda handing a thick folder to a city inspector, pointing at his boathouse with a triumphant grin. She wasn't just squatting, she aimed to condemn his property and claim it. His grandfather's voice echoed, "Brains over brawn, son. Outsmart the hook." Ethan's gaze lingered on the boathouse, floating gently. A plan sparked, reckless but bold. The next morning, Ethan met Ellen Tate, a 64-year-old retired librarian with a vendetta against Brenda, at her cluttered kitchen table. Folders brimmed with HOA records, old newsletters, and a yellowed clipping. School treasurer probed for missing $25,000. Brenda's face, hidden behind sunglasses, stared from the 2016 article. She dodged charges, moved here, and grabbed HOA treasurer, then president. Ellen said, pouring tar-black coffee. Last year, she approved a $20,000 landscaping deal with Walsh Greenery owned by her ex-husband, Victor. Signatures don't match. Ethan's pulse quickened. Fraud. "We need her trash," he said. Ellen grinned. "Monday night, post-wine club. I'll watch." That evening, in dark clothes, Ethan rifled through Brenda's bins, finding crumpled HOA drafts with inflated figures and a $6,000 receipt for unremoved trees. Ellen's text, "She's coming," sent him sprinting to his truck as Brenda's Lexus roared in. She'd seen him, her eyes narrowing. Dawn brought Deputy Nate Ellis, Ethan's high school fishing buddy, looking sheepish. "Brenda claims you trespassed, digging through her trash." Ethan laughed bitterly. "She's living in my boathouse, Nate. She's got a hot tub where my grandfather's boat was. Nate sighed. Trash is public at the curb, but she's building a case. Be careful, connected. By noon, yellow signs sprouted around Willow Bend. Rental scam alert, listing Ethan's address. Clients canceled. Ellen Hayes, a 20-year patron, cited safety concerns. Tom Reed delayed a remodel. Fines jumped to $600 daily, and Ethan's phone buzzed with confused renters he'd never listed. Neighbors shunned him, Brenda's lies taking root. On his dock, twirling his grandfather's fishing lure, Ethan felt the noose tighten. Ellen found him at dusk, thermos of soup in hand. Bully's overreach, Marcus. That receipt's fraud slipping. Ethan nodded, resolve hardening. She's scared. That video hit her hard. Ellen's eyes gleamed. Greg Walsh, her realtor buddy, flinched when you mentioned landscaping. He's nervous. At the HOA meeting, 70 residents packed the community center, tension crackling. Brenda, at the podium, her blazer pristine, accused Ethan of violating codes, harassing board members, and spreading lies. Tears welled as she clutched her chest. Marcus stalked me, digging through my trash. Gasps rippled. Ethan stepped forward, folder raised. These receipts show Brenda billed $20,000 for trees still standing, paid to her ex's company. Greg Walsh, reeking of cologne, shouted, lies. Marcus is a troublemaker. Brenda sobbed. He's targeted me since humiliating me online. The crowd swayed. Nate escorting Ethan out as Brenda raised fines to $1,200 daily. In the lot, Ethan slammed his fist into a tree, knuckles bleeding. She twisted it all. Ellen joined him, undeterred. Greg's sweating. He mentioned lakefront investors. This is bigger. That night, Ethan crept to the boathouse, spotting Brenda and Greg inside, poring over an eviction notice for his cabin. Next week, it's ours, Brenda gloated. Greg raised a glass. To $4 million in resort deals. Curtis, filming from the shadows, whispered, got it. Ethan's blood boiled. She aimed to steal his legacy. Sunday, Ethan knocked on Brenda's door, feigning surrender. I can't fight, Brenda. I'll lease the boathouse. Stop the fines. Her eyes lit up. 5 years, rent-free, and drop your lies. Ethan signed, playing broken, but he'd hidden waterproof cameras in the boathouse, capturing Brenda's late-night calls. Greg, the cabin's ours in 30 days. We'll sell to developers for $4 million. At her Friday fundraiser, charging $25 for wine, Brenda bragged about squatters' rights, waiving Ethan's eviction notice. Curtis live-streamed, 40 residents gasping. Ethan uploaded the footage, but by morning, it was gone. Brenda's allies at work. An eviction order hit, 30 days to vacate. On his dock, tossing bolts into the lake, Ethan knew Brenda's mistake. She'd claimed residency in a floating structure. Sunday night, he serviced the boathouse's flotation barrels, loosened moorings, and primed the old motor. An anonymous envelope slid under his door. Check email. A friend. It held Greg's texts outlining Brenda's plan to seize lakefront properties via forged deeds. At 2 a.m. Monday, under a sliver moon, Ethan towed the boathouse to the lake's center, motor growling. Brenda awoke, shrieking, kidnapped. Lake pirates. Her live stream, I am being held hostage, drew 20,000 views. Lights flickered on, neighbors boating out, phones raised. Deputy Nate arrived, stifling a grin. Marcus, explain. Ethan played the camera footage. Brenda's fraud, her $4 million plot. Nate's face hardened. Brenda, we need to talk about HOA funds. Neighbors cheered, horns blaring, as Brenda wailed, conspiracy. Curtis's pontoon circled, narrating. HOA Queen Adrift. Greg, cornered at the dock, spilled. Brenda planned to force sales for a resort, aiming for county commissioner. Ellen projected Ethan's footage, revealing Brenda's theft and eviction scheme. The HOA ousted her, freezing actions. Brenda's arrest, fraud, conspiracy, false reporting followed, Nate uncovering her cousin's deed tampering. Brenda got 18 years, Greg flipping to save himself. Ethan's cabin was saved, the boathouse moored, fines voided. Ellen led a reformed HOA, funding a community center with festival proceeds. Neighbors rallied, Ellen and Tom rehiring Ethan. But Brenda, out on appeal, was spotted at City Hall with deed records, hinting at a forged transfer. Ethan found his grandfather's letter in a tackle box, Proofs where we caught that base. Fight smart, Marcus. A moving truck rumbled at Brenda's house, her silhouette loading boxes. Ethan watched the sunset, Boathouse gleaming. A call coming. My HOA's stealing my land. Help. His grandfather's Lowout smart, the hook would sail on. Was Ethan's Boathouse towed justice or vigilantism? Should Brenda's sentence be lighter or harsher? Can Willow Bend stay free, or will Brenda's allies strike back? Share your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe for stories that demand your fight.